Hello, my name is Sally Lunt and this is the first video in the Numeracy Counts series. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the sorts of things you can do at home from day one with your little ones to really help them get off to a great start in terms of numeracy. So the first thing that I want to talk about is singing. And singing is a brilliant thing to get into with your little one. It can be soothing, it can be engaging, it can be fun, and it can also be educational. So there are lots and lots of songs out there that involve numbers, and it is great to be singing those regularly to your little one from day one. Initially, thinking about counting up, good songs are 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. That's going to be counting up. And then there's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Once I Caught a Fish Alive. That's another counting up song going up to 10. Then it's great to introduce songs that perhaps count down as well as up. So for example, we have 5 Little Ducks, and that's a really popular one with little ones. They really enjoy that song. And then there's also 10 Green Bottles, which is another counting down song, having the advantage of starting at 10 and coming down to 0. If you don't know the tune to any of those or the words, they are readily available on the internet, so just do a quick search for the titles. And equally, if you want a video to sing along to, there are loads of them on YouTube, so just have a quick search and I'm sure something will come up. So my next suggestion is to make really good use of bath time. So we're very lucky, we've got 10 fingers, 10 toes, and they are perfect for counting. So I would suggest initially counting to 5, counting to 5 again, and then using the toes to count to 5 and count to 5 again. Once you feel that that's reasonably established, with little ones sort of used to that, you can then think about counting to 10. So using fingers to count to 10, and then using toes to count to 10. And then you can extend that and be counting to 20, obviously using all fingers and toes. And also make sure, as well as counting up, that you're counting down. It's really just trying to familiarise your child with the numbers 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 20, both up and down. And it doesn't just have to be bath times. There's lots of opportunities for counting. So it could be when you're doing up the baby grow poppers or little buttons on cardigans or jumpers or something like that. It could also be at meal times when you're weaning your little one. It might seem a really long way off at the moment, but it could be number of spoonfuls that you're counting, and it could just be when you're playing, perhaps number of bounces, or that kind of thing. Just to familiarise them again with number, just to give them that sense of number. And the final thing I would recommend in this video is reading. So I know that little ones don't engage with a story per se from day one, but getting into the habit of reading regularly to your little one is so precious and such a great thing to do. And there are some lovely stories out there, some number stories or maths-based stories that are really beneficial. My absolute favourite for from day one is The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. It is a perfect starter book, really simple numerically, lovely story, and the illustrations are brilliant for actually counting along to, so you can count the number of strawberries and the number of oranges and things like that. And in time, your little one will start pointing and counting, so it's a great book to begin with. As they make progress, then there is Spot Can Count by Eric Hill, which is another really lovely book, and the Spot series is very, very popular. And this particular one is an Open the Flat book, which again is really popular with little ones. There are lots and lots of other books out there available, and if you take a look at my website, you'll see a number of different recommendations that you might like to consider as well. In addition to that, I would like to offer you the chance to download my first ebook free of charge. So please do log on to my website, if you put the first ebook story, Cuthbert Goes On and On, into your basket and go to checkout, and then the checkout, use the code BABYCROC and you'll be able to download that for free. Finally, I wanted to say that if you yourself are struggling with numeracy and you would like some help and support, please be reassured that there is lots out there in terms of help and support. National Numeracy is a brilliant place to start. They're a great charity, and their website has lots of ideas and support available, resources that you can use just for yourself or you might use for your family. So that is a perfect place to start looking for some additional support if it's needed. So thank you very much for joining me today, and do please come back when you think you're ready or your little one is ready for the next step. I would suggest that's probably going to be when they've started talking and they're perhaps able to engage in some play. And in the meantime, have a fantastic time making numeracy count. Thank you.